Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you all. We're Team Higher, and I'm the team captain, Yody, from the Chinese University of Hong Kong. This is Flora from University of Hong Kong, and this is Stephanie from City University of Hong Kong. In today's world, people always talk about equity, equality, and no discrimination. But ironically, stereotypes and discriminations happen every day and everywhere. People often believe in superiority of the West, directing that Asian brands, or actually especially Chinese brands, are never as good. This sounds quite depressing, isn't it? But as Hong Kongers, we're very proud to present to you today the case of Haier, a Chinese giant that alters the perception from the West. Haier, founded in 1984, has become the #1 leader with the largest sales volume in the world. But its path is not forever easy. It is now the biggest player in the home appliances market, but it was once a dying company. A lot of folks wonder, how could Haier shed the bad name of Chinese products and transform to a conqueror of the international market? And today, we're telling you the full story.
To understand how good Haier is, we first have to understand what the market is like. So let's take a look at the global shipment forecast for major home appliance market. Since 2012, a positive growth has been recorded, and it's predicted that the growth will continue until 2017. The main reason behind the growth is the economic recovery of developed countries and the rise of middle class in developing countries. The increasing household disposable income supports the sustainable growth of the market, especially when the products comes to consumer as necessities rather than luxuries. Innovation is the trump card to every success. Merely manufacturing is no longer an option. People are looking for something faster, smarter, and most importantly, greener. With higher purchasing power, consumers will go for more innovative products to improve their living standard. And that's what exactly Haier can give to our customers. After understanding the demand side of the market, let's go to the supply side. The home appliance industry is occupied by several giants, but at the same time, some small enterprises are starting to climb up the ladder with new technologies and products. Well, this table tells us some facts about Whirlpool Corporation, Haier, and LG, 3 dominating companies, each having different characteristics. But as you can see over here, Haier has the highest progress and actually managed to maintain the highest sales among all home appliance companies for 6 consecutive years by 2015. So you may wonder, how did Haier transform from a dying company to the winner of this fierce competition? So now let me tell you the most fascinating part, the turning points. The first one. Imagine a shabby factory on the verge of bankruptcy, bearing heavy debt and huge net loss. Workers are disobedient, and what they produce were faulty and unusable. Disastrous, isn't it? That was Haier in 1984 before it was renamed. The current CEO, Ling, came as the 4th manager of the year. Overwhelmed with all these problems, Zhang determined to straighten out the importance of discipline and product quality. He smacked all 76 disqualified refrigerators which were ready for sale with a sledgehammer. The workers were shocked as each of these refrigerators cost twice of their wage. Eventually, Zhang's hardline approach drove Haier to break away from the backward manufacturing practice. In the 1990s, Haier won the gold medal of a national competition, which was the most recognized quality certification of China. It demonstrated the well-built reputation of Haier in China by then and established its brand as a national top. The second one. Let's fast forward to 9 years later. In 1993, the German blind quality test was conducted that included the product from Italy, China, and Germany. I bet no one ever at the time would have ever seen the results coming. Haier's product received the highest rating by the rigorous German standard. That second sparked a new phase of Haier. Back in time, Chinese products were regarded as inferior quality, but after the blind test, people were amazed. Haier's product finally gained recognition from the West of the world. German distributors already involved from Haier, signaling the start of Haier's external expansion, and today Haier is everywhere.
Well, made in China was once a label for low-quality goods, but by the expansion and localization policies as well as incorporating innovative features into Haier's management, these are their recipe for success. So to begin with, their expansion policy. Domestically, Haier practiced the low-cost expansion policy. In the beginning of reform and opening up, there were a lot of small enterprises that are with great potentials ahead, but poor management. But looking at these poorly performing enterprises, who wants them? Haier wants them. Haier acquires 18 enterprises altogether with a very low cost. So with this, they can acquire the resources and absorb the potential at the same time. But in the meantime, looking at this graph, which shows that the per capita disposable income had been rising starting from 1978, which means that the consumer power has been increasing. With this, it triggers a price war because the enterprises try to compete with each other by lowering their price for sales turnover. However, instead of engaging in this price war, Haier actually could continue producing high-quality products and the low-cost acquisition, which allowed them to expand quite greatly. So speaking of external expansion, many companies actually would expand to foreign countries or developed countries. After that, they will expand to affluent countries. However, Haier is exactly the opposite. They would choose to expand to developed countries first because they could increase and improve their productivity at really harsh situations. And adding to the fact that when China just entered into WTO, China lacked advanced technologies and effective management. However, after cooperating with the West, they could allow themselves to catch up with the international standard for technologies and quality management. Also, before building factories, they will first export and accumulate a sizable demand. That's why risk level can then be lowered. Next, their localization policy. 3-in-1 localization plans means that producing locally, producing tailor-made product, and implementing local sale. Apart from launching production line in foreign country, which achieves producing locally, Haier as well created a lot of localized products for customers in different places. Such as in India, the water supply is quite unstable. Therefore, Haier invented speed-changing washing machines to suit the local needs, which successfully gains popularity. In Japan, considering the maritime climate, Haier produced wind-drying washing machine which corresponds to their needs. It enjoyed a popular share in the Japanese market and even received 219,000 orders. Haier aspires to make every customer from any region feel that it is a local brand. For the NBA fans out there, you'll be very surprised that Haier as a Chinese company actually was the sponsor of NBA in the US, one of the most significant events of the year. Please do not forget that localization policy also applies to management, as they never neglect their employees. Haier designed a prayer room for Muslims in response to their religious needs. This makes them feel highly respected. And now we can see how Haier treasure localization as a tool to show the consideration to both their employees and customers. Who said that Chinese companies can be innovative? Haier always goes for something new as they believe that innovation is always the key to success. In traditional Chinese enterprises, quality relationship is very important, as this is the key to employees' job promotions. But in return, the quality of work is less assured. Contrastingly, Haier promotes self-discipline among the staff and creates an atmosphere which everyone will treat the company's success as their achievement. Last but not least, they bring a very innovative products. Haier invents a desk confined to the top of a small refrigerator in the US, which benefits a lot of college students who live in a relatively small apartment. That's how Haier breaks the equal sign between conservative and Chinese.
Although Haier is now the world leader, it is still facing a lot of current challenges. Stephanie had evaluated some competitors of Haier, and one of them, the Whirlpool Corporation at Guard Anderson, and other Italian brand at a very is cooperating with Alibaba to smoothen the logistics of the product's delivery. And in this case, Haier can surely enjoy the first mover advantage, and on the other hand, we can enjoy the first mover advantage, and on the other hand, diversify risks from other countries.
Please wrap it up.
Okay. Yeah, because we thought that the whole presentation should last a few minutes, but never mind. Please enjoy the PowerPoint slide. But anyways, thank you very much for your patience to listen to the story of Haier. Because the